What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of P Valley. I saved my energy up for this, okay? I don't know. P Valley has become the show that I enjoy so much to review because it's a mess. All right, you was a mess last week, and I ain't talking about the ones that was up in my comments because y'all had sense, but girl, y'all really did it. Y'all really did it. I bet you the ones that had some shit to say about this thing tuned in tonight. Y'all tuned in tonight. But anyway, so P Valley season 2, episode 5, White Knights. So we get into it, right? And we hear Uncle Clifford after they give a little preview or a little recap of what had happened. Was I noticed that at the beginning the recap was all of Mississippi. So I was like, oh, what that about? So we saw the preview last week. We had something to do with Mississippi. So okay. So basically this is a Mississippi episode for right now. I said, all right, so what's going on? So it started off like a little fairy tale. We get Uncle Clifford in the background narrating, okay? And telling a little fairy tale story about Mississippi. She was the baddest bitch in the land, doing all this little stripper shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And just showing that she's on her rise. Mississippi is really, really on her rise. She is doing her thing. Last time we saw her, she was getting all those little hits on Instagram. Then we saw that she had her own lashes up in the store. Now she up in the locker room because they at the Legends Ball down in Atlanta, right? And they finna pay tribute to some of the legendary scrippers. You know what I'm saying? You got Jocelyn. You got Miami Tip. You got Jessica Dine. I said, bitch, if it wasn't for Love and Hip Hop ATL, I wouldn't know who the fuck you hoes were. So pay homage. I said, I know that's right. And see, Jessica Dine, she done came a long way. She, when she first stepped on the scene on Love and Hip Hop, I don't think I really liked her. But then as time got going, I said, okay, I like her. You know what I'm saying? She been quiet with a man, having a baby and everything. So it was good to see her on this show. Then at the same time, I'm thinking like not Jessica now, but Jocelyn, Miami Tip. My man Wanda's back probably like a month ago or so. When Miami Tip put that picture up on Instagram of her and Jocelyn talking about how they both made it out the mud and everything, because they used to be the baddest strippers back in the day or whatever. Bitch, and when Jocelyn, mind you, I read the shit and I took it as, she just reminiscing as to how far she come. Jocelyn said, bitch, I'm out that shit, your ass still there. I said, now hold up, Jocelyn, you ain't have to do that. So I'm sitting here thinking like, Jocelyn really read that girl her rights for no reason. I said, that girl ain't come at you like that. What was the point? But then to see them in the video, in this episode together, I was like, interesting. So was that a little PR stunt or whatever? What was going on with that? But anyway, Keyshawn in the back, she getting ready or whatever because she liked the little feature and all that stuff, the little headline of the main event, and so Rome on the phone trying to get this deal closed, trying to get her this little lace front deal that he got her. Now, let me tell you something. Somebody said, it seems as though Rome may turn around and be a fucking pimp or something. I'm not going to say that that's what he going to do to Keyshawn and try to pimp her out. But at the same time, you got grimy, slimy ass managers, especially the men who manages the women, and they come at them and talk to them the same way in that pimp type shit. Okay, it looked very pimp-ish, or they just be really trying to take advantage and use them till they can't use them no more. And that's basically what he was doing to her. Convincing her, okay, you can do this and you look good up in this wig. She said, this wig, it was a platinum blonde wig. She said, it don't look good on my skin tone. And I was like, girl, put that shit on. You'll rock it, okay? You Mississippi, you'll rock it. You beautiful as fuck. Go ahead and do that thing. And so he did it. I mean, he put it on her, right? But then he started talking about how they extended the tour for 2 weeks. And she said, bitch, I can't do that. You said 1 week. I got to get back home to my husband. He said, I'm trying to make it so that your ass won't have to go back home to that nigga. I said, oh, okay. Now, I'm going to leave you right there for a second. I'm going to let you have that one. because she don't need to go back to him. But bitch, don't go to Rome. Don't go to Rome, because I damn sure don't trust his ass. That motherfucker had an earpiece on like it's 2005. I said, what are you, Darnell from The Chi? Take that shit off, boy. You too young for that. Anyway, moving on from that, they get up into the actual club. You know, we got Murder and Teak sitting there, and Murder up in his feelings because they ain't let him do Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? They ain't let him do M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter, nope, humpback, I. Bitch, learn to spell, okay? That's how I learned, you know? And I just fucked it up. And Teak was like, so what? He said, listen, because I'm up here. He was like, we up in Atlanta. He said, yeah, we up in Atlanta. The song sample a song from Atlanta. And he was like, nigga, don't nobody know that shit. I said, damn, Teak. Damn, Teak. Ron come over there like, y'all niggas still arguing. Ain't nobody arguing. I said they had a little lovers quarrel. That's all that it is. They going back and forth or whatever. Meanwhile, Jocelyn come through. Jocelyn come through. They got her hanging and flying through whatever. He go Teak. Damn, she flying. She flying. I said, niggas, we get excited over the smallest shit. And I had to remember, he has been institutionalized. Did he fresh out? He fresh out. I don't even know if the nigga been out for 2 months, okay? But he fresh out. So this is all new to him for right now. Meanwhile, Jocelyn get up there, do her little speech or whatever, paying homage to, you know, Jessica Dime, Miami Tip. But then she was like, but then we got this new bitch that's hitting the scene. And she doing shit I ain't never done before. So let's get her up here. Badu, promotion. Promotion. And I feel like this is what's been going on for P Valley this whole season, if you notice. They're taking a lot of viral moments and they're incorporating it into the show. We got the Where the Blessings Reside, we got that. And then we saw Darrell on there. We got if you can't go to Bella Noche, where the hell can you go last week? And I believe that those some girls that was on there last week saying their version of that for P Valley. And then this episode, you got what went viral. What went viral last year or earlier this year? Do it like it's your B-Day. Do it like it's your B-Day, baby. I said, oh shit, they got Jocelyn up there. I said, bitch, that's the only song we care for. That's the only song that we truly care for. It may be another one. Y'all remember, don't be stitching with my cootie cat. Let me tell y'all something. Jocelyn and Stevie J was a time. I don't give a fuck how toxic and how fucked up and chaotic that shit was. They were a time, okay? Pure entertainment. But anyway, so she introduced Miami. She get up there, not Miami, but Mississippi. She gets up there. She do her little dance and all that shit, you know, and everything was all good. I mean, the shit, every time they do the little solo dance or whatever, oh my God, the pole work is just so amazing because I be like, listen, my big ass can never. My big ass can never. And I be seeing big girls do the shit. I just said, I know I can't. First of all, these knees ain't gonna work, okay? And this body ain't finna bend like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna bend, but it ain't gonna come back. It's gonna bend, but it ain't gonna come back. Meanwhile, Uncle Clifford is talking, whatever, and then he's telling the story, so therefore it's like, let's go back to the beginning and see how Mississippi became Mississippi. So we back to Chucalissa High School. She's transferred in or whatever. Her father got married to this lady, who already had 2 daughters, you know, and we first see her back then, and she's on the cheer team. She's trying to make the cheer team. And what's that Gidget? That was Gidget, who was the captain doing all of the, you know, oh, you need to do this and instructing and all this shit. And at one point, she was trying to do a stunt. She winds up falling, hurting herself. You know, she's laying on the floor. And then, you know, when, like, the sun is in your eyes and you see something come standing over you, bitch, why was it Derek? I said, oh, so y'all met in high school. Because he was on the cheer team. I said, I would never have expected. Never had expected it, right? So I'm just sitting there like, you know, Uncle Cliff talk about that, you know, describing him as beautiful and shit. He ain't ugly, but he ain't. I'm sitting here like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it, bitch. Meanwhile, her stepsister, Alicia, I think that's her name, she gets up there, do her thing. She said, no, I want to do this type of stunt. Baby, she get up there. They throw her ass up there. It was her and this other girl. And it was four of them, right? They throw them up in there. They got him up on the hands. Next thing you know, the dude stepped back and Derek is holding both their asses on his hands. I said, oh, you just trying to show the fuck out. Now, see, soon as I seen that, I knew some shit was finna go down. I said, he a little too strong. He a little too strong in his arms, and I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then this is the part that got me and that just fucked me up. Because I feel like it's about to be a theme of goddamn colorism that's going on. And colorism within the black community that happens so often. And it is unfortunate. And so I guess it's a lot going down. I guess it would be a lot happening down in the South, okay? Mississippi, Keyshawn, she's sitting on the bench, and then one of the football players, a dark-skinned black boy, said, oh, what you doing sitting over here in the sun? You gonna wind up looking like a burnt chicken. I said, what? What? You a dark-skinned man, and you gonna call this dark-skinned, like you got the nerve to be colorist against this dark-skinned woman, and you just as dark as her. And then the other boy, too, that was behind him. I'm sitting here like, wow. And you know he the one that go for a light skin. You know he the one that go for a light skin. I said, oh my God, that is disgusting. Then here come Derek come over there like, what's good? And they making fun of him like, what you gonna do, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman? And he was like, don't nobody want her. She throw. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck he said to him. But see, Derek got pissed off because they was making fun of him being a cheer dude and all this shit. And Derek beat the shit out of him. Derek beat the shit out of him. And soon I said red flag number goddamn 2. Red flag number 1 was his arms was too strong. I said, no, ma'am, now if I was straight, if I was fat, slim and all that shit and I went after athletes, baby, I would never go after a football player, nor a wrestler, nor a baseball player. Y'all arms too goddamn strong. Your arms too goddamn strong for me, okay? Hell no. You hit me one time and goddamn it, bitch, I'm done. My face probably be fucked up. I'm just saying, okay? Meanwhile, you know, the boys done got suspended. Derek didn't. I said, oh, I wonder why. I mean, granted, they antagonized it, but you attacked them. You beat their ass. You should have got it suspended too. But then, you know, they flirted with each other or whatever. He said, I don't know what that man, I don't know what that boy was talking about, you being throwed or whatever. But I don't think you throwed. I said, Derek, don't do that. Now, Derek, don't do that. Go turn your little ass around and keep on going. Turn your strong ass around and keep on going. Keisha, don't fall for that shit. Okay? And now we seeing it's just like, I guess the black boys didn't want Keyshawn because she dark, so let me go to this white boy. That's what it seemed like it was. And because he was showing her attention, you know, because she's not getting it at home. She's with her stepmama. Her stepmama making her do people hair and shit as if she wasn't supposed to like it or whatever. She trying to do her little daughter hair so she can be up in the pageant, and she up here bitching and moaning. Have y'all ever seen the movie Fat Girls with Monique? That's her sister. The girl that played her sister on Fat Girls. First of all, that's my movie, okay? But that's her sister just being a little bitch to her, okay? Complaining about the fact that the daddy ain't there. You know, he'll be there when the pageant come. Complaining about the pageant and all this shit. And then talking about some of the stress that I have to go through of raising 2 daughters. Keyshawn said 3, bitch. She was like, oh, I gotta get used to that. Good, you know what? You should go ahead to cosmetology school. As if, okay, and mind you, while she's saying this, Keyshawn done burnt the girl hair. Burnt the big ass thick strand out. I said, God damn, that's a lock. That is a lock, okay? I said, Meanwhile, the mama gonna say something about the yellow missing her, and you done messed up the only thing that really made her beautiful. I said, and you notice how she stopped, because she realized that she was finna say that shit out loud. I said, no, you done already said it. I said, wow, that's fucked up. And you saw how the daughter was sitting there like, ain't that some shit? You know, when she said it, because she caught it. And she was like, girl, I could put her a quick weave in. Bitch, the mama said that girl don't need no weaving like your ass. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So this is what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do? Bitch, I see why Keyshawn fucked up. So, you know, they started talking about the sisters. Alicia is the one that I guess everybody wants, and you can't do nothing about her. She just the finest light skin. I said, first of all, she ain't even all that light skin, okay? I'm a little bit lighter than her. So I be want to know what people definition of light skin is. She just mocha. Okay, she a little caramel. She a little caramel. You know what I'm saying? But her and the sister is it Laquanda or whatever? You know, they sitting down with Gidget. They having a little chit chat. We found out, of course, Alicia made the cheerleading team, and of course, Mississippi did not. Keyshawn didn't. And, you know, Alicia up here curving dudes left and right. And, you know, they supposed to be having this little mistletoe dance or whatever. And asking if anybody invited, who she being invited to, or I should say, who invited her or who taking her, whatever, who she waiting on. And, you know, the other sister, the one that got her hair burnt, she telling the history of it. And it was like, are you going with a cracker toe or a nigger toe? I said, wait a minute. I said, what? What? And you know, Gidget said, listen, I ain't going with them white boys because they always looking their snooty nose down at me because I be going to, TJ Maxx or some shit like that. I said, now, shit, don't sleep on TJ Maxx, all right, y'all? We used to go to TJ Maxx when we was kids, okay? But I was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And then she started saying something about Derek, how Derek ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? He one of the same ones or whatever. And Keyshawn, of course, ain't listening to it. Keyshawn looking back at Derek because Derek looking over there at her and all this shit. I'm just like, all right. Meanwhile, she getting ready to go home. It started raining outside. He pulls up. I said, oh, he just so conveniently pulled up and see you outside? He see you outside? Okay? I said, oh, that sucks. It sucks because we know what's gonna happen. You know, he takes her to a diner. They having a plate of they're sharing a plate of cheese fries. I said, you couldn't even get her own plate. You couldn't even get her own plate. They up there having this little commiseration, getting to know each other, what they like, what happened to his face because he had a little bruise on his face or whatever. She was like, he was fighting some more football players. And he was like, no, what had happened was, you know, I had threw somebody up on the, had to mount them in a chair and she came tumbling down and her foot hit me dead in the face. I was like, oh, okay. Now, see, right then and there, I automatically knew that wasn't the case. I was like, I don't know who did it, but that wasn't the case. It was reasonable. It was believable because he do cheer, you know, so that could have happened. Meanwhile, you know, he was talking about him because he's older than her. Like he's a senior. I think she's a junior. He did, got a scholarship to go to Old Mississippi, Old Miss or whatever, and on a cheer scholarship, you know, and he was just talking about how, you know, he got a little flack from his dad about, you know, being on a cheerleading team and all that stuff. But he was like, you know, you being on a cheerleading team, all the ass or whatever that I get to look at. I said, that's disgusting, but I kind of knew that's where he was going. I kind of knew because he just seems like the type. Meanwhile, the waitress come up there, ask, do they want some more stuff or whatever? Or do they want the check? Why was the waitress Patrice? Patrice Woodbine. I said, bitch, she said, you better, that's all you gonna do? You better get some more out of him. He got money. I said, you know what? You do what you gotta do, okay? They get to talking, you know, talking about this their first date and where would he take her on the first date and all this stuff, woo woo woo. And he started saying where he would go and what she would do and all that. But then she started thinking about it, like, should I go with him? Should I be falling for this man? Especially after what, you know, what was just said between the sisters at the lunch. You know what I'm saying? When her and Gidget and the two stepsisters was at the lunch or whatever. She was thinking and she turned around, she looked around the little diner. She see that it's a whole bunch of black folks and he practically the only white man up in there. She said, you know what? On second thought, just take me home right quick. Okay, that's what you can do, you know? And so that's what he did. Meanwhile, when she get home, we realized that in this little scene, this conversation, because we see Alicia and Laquanda, they up there, or whatever the fuck her name is. They up there talking about the dudes that slide in DMs. I was like, oh shit. So y'all really young, cause y'all got DMs back then, bitch. You couldn't tell with Laquanda goddamn hairstyle. That hairstyle, that mullet ass shit came from the 80s. So I'm thinking, and I was like, you know what? Ashley, they not your age. They not even in their 30s. They probably 25. She probably 25 years old, okay? You know, Keyshawn at this point. And so I'm sitting like, you know, in real life on the show. You know what I'm saying? But they going back in time. So it's probably like early 2000, maybe mid 2000s or whatever, probably 2010s. That's probably where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And so she in high school or whatever. And you know, they talking about their little boys and all that stuff. She just standing there looking and everything. And then one of the daughters was like, so how did you get, Mama, how did Charles get you? Or how did you snag Charles? And she was like, you know what? As soon as I served him on the airplane, I knew it was it, okay? Sometimes you just know. You know, she telling her little story in a way that she telling it. You could tell that she ain't finna go into details because that ain't what this about. We just gonna give you the little, you know, this and this and this. But baby, I don't know what was going on with Miss Keyshawn, but Miss Keyshawn was fed the fuck up with this bitch because she said, why don't you tell him the whole story about how you served my father while his wife was sitting right there? And it was like, you know what? Miss Girl stepmama wasn't ready for that, okay? It was like, see, what you need to do is you need to calm down. And I understand you may want to feel some way because that's your mama, but at the end of the day, you don't know exactly everything that goes on, okay? Everything that you see ain't everything that you see because you don't see everything. I said, oh, what's going on? She said, bitch, what I do see is that you a home wrecker turned into a homemaker. I said, bitch, a home wrecker turned into a homemaker. Put that on a t-shirt and sell that bitch, okay? I said, God damn, Keyshawn, you got the line of the motherfucking night, bitch. All right. Mama got pissed off. She said, what? What? She said, take your ass up and go to your room. And she pushed something in her like a cake or something. Like she had frosting on her face. Keyshawn threw something back at her. She said, bitch, I'm fucking tired of your ass. I said, it's about time you use your voice. And here's my thing. I don't understand step parents that comes into a situation where you already you know that the lady or the man has kids. Why come in and take your anger and treat the child with disrespect? Treat them like they ain't shit. You're coming into their shit, not the other way around. Charles is the one that was with money. Keyshawn the one that came from money. Bitch, you came from nothing and you the one that came up into that shit. Now you a uppity ass bitch. And you treating her like she ain't worth a damn. Like it's your sisters or whatever. So the story is the Cinderella story. And I was just like, wow, so she really is a real life Cinderella ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's really fucked up. And then we hear her when Keyshawn sitting up in her room when she a little kid or whatever. You hear, or I should say a teenager, you hear the stepmama down there, either she respect me or she get the fuck out and go back to her hunky ass mama. I said, wait a minute, hood red ass mama. I said, hold on. Hold on. I'ma fucking respect you for what? And I hear you talking about my mama for... See, let me tell you something. One of the motherfucking thing that you're not gonna do, you're not gonna talk about my mama. And I don't give a fuck who the hell you are. Okay? I don't give a fuck how old you are either. Because, bitch, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? I said, Keyshawn, get your ass up and you go handle that. She said, no, I'm cool. I said, girl... Because at the end of the day, I really feel like the daddy probably would have chose the stepmama anyway. And we saw that shit. Listen. So, you know, they flash back into the present. And then you got Keyshawn up there talking to, you know, I think it's the girl name was Gigi and Jessica down, the strippers, okay? You got them talking to them. And then, you know, here come Jocelyn, right? There, girl, what you doing? Stevie, you gonna send me back to the strip club, Stevie? Bitch, Stevie J said he was gonna send that bitch back to the strip club. Truth be told, Jocelyn never fucking left. She turned that shit into some goddamn money. You gotta give it to the bitch, okay? You gotta give it to the bitch. She said, girl, I see you hungry or whatever. I can hear your stomach. Bitch, Keyshawn said, you really can? She said, girl, it's a metaphor. I said, now, when you got Jocelyn saying big words like that, because that's a big word for her, and she said that shit clear, I said, well, shit, bitch. How long Jocelyn went over this script? I said, say it again. She said, metaphor. I said, all right. You got that one, girl. And she was just basically telling her, you got to get on your shit, okay? You are on the up and coming. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these other bitches and whatever the hell it is that they got to say. You stay on your path, bitch. And gave her a card. Now, let me tell you something. She said, these motherfuckers gonna think you a hoe all the time. Okay, no matter what you do. But you gotta fucking get your paper. You gotta build your shit up. And I said, you know what? The way Jocelyn was talking to her and the way that she got dead up in her face and her voice cleared the fuck up, the accent kind of left for a little second. It did. And y'all gotta go back and y'all gotta go look at it. The accent left for a second. And the way that she was talking to her, I said, bitch, I said she trying to pull her into the cabaret. She said, you're about to be on season 4 of Jocelyn's Cabaret. Okay? Bitch, I said the way that she talked to Keyshawn was the way that she be talking to them bitches on the goddamn cabaret. Ain't no way in hell you gonna talk to me like that. But she was giving her some solid ass advice. I will say that. Then it goes back to the past. And we see that it's time for the dance. The girls are getting their pictures taken by Keyshawn's dad. Keyshawn didn't even get asked, okay? She didn't get asked, so, it is what it is at this point. Now, the dad was about to take one more picture, but then he said, Keyshawn, come over here and take this picture, because he wanted to get into the picture with them. You got daughter and their dates on the side. Meanwhile, Keyshawn thinking everything cool, or that Alicia got it all because, it's always put up on Alicia, whatever. And she's held to this, higher up standing because of her looks, because of her light skin, allegedly light skin, if that's what you want to call it, But, all right, And so, at this point, you see Keyshawn's father put his hands on her waist and pulls her real close and was trying to kiss her on her forehead, kissed her right here and all that stuff. And you see the uncomfortableness with Alicia. And I said, oh my God. Oh my God. One thing that I cannot stand is somebody that fucks around with the people in the family. I cannot stand predators. I really can't, especially within the family. Okay? And, to do it right underneath everybody knows, and to be so out in the open like that girl was so visibly uncomfortable, Keyshawn caught it. Okay? And it's like, if Keyshawn can catch it from just that moment, how come her mama hasn't? And 9 out of 10, the mama probably knows something, but she don't want to give that lifestyle up because that's literally how it goes, okay? And that's what it was talked about. Since we want to go there, and this is what I've been seeing. This is what I've been seeing all fucking week since everybody been all up in arms about the little sex scene between Teak and, what's his face? Lil Murder, whatever. They was like, in the black community, it is more acceptable to be a predator than to be gay. Because as you see in most black families, they will protect the predator, the pedophile. They won't turn them in. But they'll turn and disown a family member that is gay. And I said, shit, I never thought about it that way. I was just like, wow. And then I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking, the mama got to know. The mama got to know. 9 out of 10, the other parent knows. They just don't want to say nothing. Or they scared to say something, or they going to say something and they just going to let it happen. I don't know. But then Derek pops up. Derek pops up and has a whole dress for Keyshawn. I said, what? So he was listening to her. She did say she wore a size 7 and all that shit. Had a little blue dress and everything. When he got her ready, they went to the goddamn mistletoe. Baby, when they came in there, all the motherfuckers was looking at her like, I said because she came up in there with that white man. That white man came up in there with that beautiful dark-skinned black woman. And y'all look a fucking mess compared to her. That's all that it was. They was getting down and all that stuff. They wind up ending up under the mistletoe. Meanwhile, they come get in the car. It just so happened to start snowing or whatever. And bitch, they get in the car and they finna do it. He's talking about something. I haven't. I said, wait a minute. So you a virgin too? Is that what he was referring to? And then they said, she poured that shit down and they just started doing it in the backseat of the car. I said, Keyshawn, how long you known this man? I know y'all known each other in school a little bit by passing, but y'all ain't even been on a first date. You let that man buy you some cheese fries and you opened it up for him just for that because he said you was cute. No wonder why he acting the way that he acting. I mean, it ain't your fault, because that's no excuse. But come to find out, the daddy is a goddamn abuser. Okay? The daddy was the one that fucked him up in the face like that. I said, oh, so the abused become the abuser. There he goes. Always. So Keyshawn comes in late. She trying to sneak up the steps, right? Why stepmama sitting on the couch, okay? But, you know, she was like, it's cool because Keyshawn apologized for being late after curfew. She was like, it's fine because her own daughters ain't even here, so you the good daughter tonight. And then she was looking at the dress. She was like, oh, your dress look like it's custom. It fit to your body, okay? And she was like, yeah, you know, Derek picked it out. She was like, you ain't even get a chance to pick it? Oh, okay. Listen, don't fall for being a man's Barbie doll, okay? Baby, the way that she put that shit, she basically said, you know, she was annoyed. She was kind of like irked at the fact that, you know, Keyshawn didn't have a choice, okay? And Derek just sprung this up on her. Because I don't even think Keyshawn said that she wanted to go to the mistletoe dance. He just popped up with a dress and some shoes or whatever. And, the stepmama was basically trying to tell her to watch out for just letting a nigga do anything that he want to do with you, okay, without having your input, and stop being treated like a Barbie doll, and basically that's all that you good for, because then they gonna take advantage. And like Uncle Clifford said, she ain't learned. Next thing you know, we see her playing in the hotel. They playing in the money and everything. And, you know, she got winked at or whatever, so she had to fake die and all that stuff. And, you know, they going over all that stuff or whatever. Baby Teak and Lil Murda still going back and forth. Y'all don't want niggas to know that y'all together. Because I want to get to this part in a second. Because, baby, nigga, y'all don't want people to know that y'all together or y'all got something going on. Y'all need to stop fucking arguing like an old ass couple, okay? Because at one point, you know, T getting up in his feelings or whatever, and you know, he walking out the room and all this shit. Next thing you know, they going back and forth. What's her name? What's her name? Fuck Keyshawn looking at Wody like, them niggas fucking? And then Wody looking at her like, I think these niggas fucking. And them literally what the words were. I said they was on the same page but subliminally talking to each other. I said, oh my goodness. Then here come Ron. Ron come up in that bitch and he like, listen, you know, you got the money together. We about to go to this Jocelyn party and all that shit. You know, Lil Murda, he was a little hype and everything because he thought that he was going to be able to get up in there. Oh no, I'm not finna do that. And you know, they felt some type of way and T felt some type of way and Rome had to flash it and throw it out there like, oh, you better be glad you know, what's the name of the thing? Blue Notes or whatever. You better be glad that, you know, I'm throwing my name around to get y'all this hotel room. Okay? This 5-star bed ain't good enough for you, T-Con. No, you a prison nigga because you used to the goddamn cots and all that shit, them hard ass cots. I said, excuse me? Like, see, what I can't stand is, first of all, I ain't asked you to do shit for me. But then if you gonna do it, don't throw that shit up in my face and try to flex a little bit, bitch. Okay? That's not what we gonna do. Rome is literally showing his goddamn colors, right? And at this point, I was like, Teak beat his ass. But then I said, you know what? Take it back, because Rome looked like the type of dude that'll probably call the cops. He act like he hard or whatever, but he'll probably call the cops on Teak just to be fucking petty and throw him back in jail. Okay? So meanwhile, when you know, Teak was like, fuck this room. He threw the card and everything. And so I'm finna go sleep up in the hearse. So he go out there. Of course, Lil Murda had to go out there to see if his boy is okay. Meanwhile, Wody and Keyshawn having a little conversation. And he basically was like, you know what? I like your hair natural. That's what I like you better. And I'm sitting here like, so the way he said that little interaction that, you know, it's almost as if he sees her, he respects her. And I'm sitting here like, that's going to be her knight in shining armor. That's what she probably going to wind up getting with. or probably saving her. Like, she need a fucking savior at this point. Because then it flashes back and we see that Keyshawn is on the couch pregnant in some type of little apartment that they gotta be in. Derek taking out some clothes for the kids, and Keyshawn eating her little moon pies, and she complaining about the colors being ugly. He being upset like, damn, you being ungrateful as fuck. The baby don't give a damn about what color it is and all this shit. She said, I wanted chrysanthemums or whatever the fuck it was. And it was like, my mama doing all that she could. I was like, oh, she doing what she can now. And he said, what the fuck that's supposed to mean? Listen, she showed enough didn't put no money down on the duplex. My daddy did, okay? She ain't do nothing now until you got pregnant and all this shit. Bitch, let me just tell you this. At this moment, I knew where it was going. And so to flash back to when Keyshawn had asked Derek earlier in the season, did you really say that, we some gutter niggas to Diamond? And he said no. And the fact that she faked like she believed him, I said, bitch, you better have been faking. Because this motherfucker just talked to you and says the same shit to your ass without saying the N-word. Called her a backwoods ass bitch. Said the only reason why we up in this motherfucker is because of you. You done trapped my ass. You're using my ass. And she said, using you? Bitch, I'm the one that's working 8 months pregnant to get money for the fucking family. To put gas up in your Prius. Okay? I'm up in Walgreens. I said, you working? So this whole time, this motherfucker ain't been doing shit the whole fucking relationship? Even from the beginning, bitch? I said, oh my God. He was like, I got kicked out the family because of your ass. And I should never dip my dick up in you. I said, ugh. The way that he came at her, it was just very much racial undertones, baby. It wasn't it went from I'm being in love with you and I want to be with you to you ain't shit but a black bitch. I was just waiting for him to say that. I was just waiting for him to say that. I mean, you called her a backwood bitch, and I'm sitting here like, excuse me. She came for money. You came for money. Both of y'all got y'all asses kicked out because both of y'all fuck without a condom, okay, on the first try. You both got pregnant, okay, well, you got her pregnant. So take some fucking responsibility trying to say that she trapped him. I said, oh my God, and then choked his ass. He choked her out. He choked her. I said, is that the first time? Are we looking at the first time you did that? That is it's one thing to fucking put your hands on a woman or anybody in a relationship. And it is to another fucking disgusting degree if you fucking put your hands on a pregnant woman. And she's carrying your child of all things. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Then Keyshawn come knocking. Oh. It flash forwards back to the present, right? Keyshawn's supposed to be meeting Rome because Rome's supposed to be taking her to the goddamn Jocelyn party where she's supposed to be doing her thing and everything. Remember, Jocelyn said they always gonna look at you like a hoe. Okay, regardless of what it is that you do, they always gonna look at you like a hoe. Why is Rome not ready? Rome is not ready. And at this point, he winds up telling her, well, that lace front Jill, it's not going through. That's not gonna happen. But I got these stripper heels. He don't want her to get out of that stripper mode. He wants her to stay into that shit. Because instead of giving her a hair deal or something else, he trying to stay in the stripper field. You know what I'm saying? That's not what she want, but I mean, she could make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing it for his own benefits, And he's buttering her up. He's saying this and saying that and everything, trying to get her to put the heels on. Now go put your floss on. Go put your outfit on, what you gonna wear at the party, and see how them heels look, okay? While I go get dressed. Took her bag, right? She go in the bathroom, put her clothes on. Why he come up in there with his dick out in the flash on the camera? I said, is that a dick? Let me tell you something. Patrick Ian Polk, baby, Ian Patrick Polk, that's what his name is. Baby, listen, he said it's going to be some gay shit and it's going to be some more dicks throughout this whole show. So you better sit down and you better be fucking prepared, okay? You going to like it, all right? And if you don't, fast the fuck forward. But baby, when I said, wait a minute, what is that? Hey, I said his robe is open. And why he got the flash on? Just turn the light on. She was like, oh my God. And she turned around. She said, bitch, what the fuck? Your robe open. I said, girl, run. Ain't no talking to this motherfucker. He got his robe open on purpose. He was like, you like what you see? And it was like basically trying to get her to fuck him. And then it was the whole thing of basically, you're not getting none of this shit for free, okay? I made you to who you are, and you gonna fucking fuck me to get, to keep this shit quiet. You know what I'm saying? All this shit still pending. You good enough to go fucking strip and do all that shit for these other motherfuckers, but you can't do nothing for me. You can't do nothing for me, okay? Bitch, what you doing your little nasty ass dances, the little sloppy ass lap dances? She said, no, bitch, I'm the motherfucking puppet master, okay? I make it seem as though, what is it? A spectacular, customary, spectacular something? Whatever the fuck, bitch. She make it so that she gives a fantasy all as if they gon' fuck her, but they don't fuck her, and they still come on themselves, just like you trying to do, okay? And he was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. And at that point, symbolic gesture. That's what she said. I'm sitting here like, this motherfucker gotta go. At this point, he has to go because I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is heading. And this is what the girls have to deal with. This is what the girl has to deal with. I was just so scared at this point. I said, Keyshawn, she's so small compared to him. And then she walked out and he put her, he follows her. Okay? He follows her. And he was like, you know what? Tried to fucking blackmail her into giving him some puss on her own free will by saying, now there's this thing about social media because because she talking about the way that she doing this shit because she trying to get free. That's what she is. She trying to get free. That's what she trying to do. But he was like, you know what? Remember when you took them people took them videos or whatever, and you was doing that little thing with Murder and you kissed him? I could see right then and there that he didn't like that shit. And to be quite honest, I think he booty buddies with Big Teak up in that motherfucker. And she was like, how you know some shit like that? You ain't got no proof of that or whatever. He said, oh, real? Oh, yeah? That motherfucker took the camera out, and all you hear is moaning and I said, skin slapping. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. He said, that motherfucker can win it. Emmy the way he acting his ass off trying to be straight. I said, oh my God. Ro, you gotta go. You gotta go take him out. Take him out. Oh my goodness. I said no. And the whole time somebody literally did put up in the comments, and I was thinking this. I think I tweeted this last week when they was up in that room doing that shit. Because at first I thought they was in the same hotel room with everybody else. And I said, damn, y'all ain't gonna lock the doors. I said, go make sure the doors is locked. This motherfucker was recording them doing it. Because he had a fucking inclination something was going on. And I said, oh, I ain't never trust this nigga from the jump. I never trusted him since season 1. And now he got a fucking video. Oh. Oh, murder. What the fuck this motherfucker gonna do? Then he gonna try to, he tried to sexually assault and force himself on Keyshawn, ripped her titty off and everything. I said, oh my God, Keyshawn, fight back, bitch. Fight back. Use your knee. She said, bam. I said, oh. She scratched his face and that disarmed him a little bit enough so that she can kick him in his dick. I said, that's what your dick get for being hard. Okay, that hurt, bitch. All right, she ran up out of there, just sequence, just dropping everywhere. She bamming on the door. Then it flashed back to her bamming on the door at her daddy house, and the stepmama coming up there. Imagine she pregnant as shit in her nightgown and it's raining, and she was like, I need help. I need to come back home. She said, I can't have you up in here with my daughters like this. I said, oh my God. And she closed that door up in her face. Mind you, Alicia standing down there looking at her. She was like, I'm sorry. I said, oh my goodness. Ain't this some shit? And then when we flash forward, she knocking on the door and Wody opens up the door. I said, oh, come on, Wody. You got to take care of this. Go get Murder. Go get Teak. And y'all just go fuck that nigga up. Fuck him up. Oh my God. Baby, I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't gonna hold you. I thought that this episode was kind of like a filler, bitch, for a second. I mean, okay, we get to know Keyshawn's background. Oh, all you had to do was tell us that she came from a little wealthy background, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then her daddy chose the stepmama over her, let him run off and all that shit. And Derek came through, was the only one that really showed her love, so she gave it up to him, had pregnant, and he started whooping her ass. That's all we needed to know, okay? So that's how she got to stripping and all that shit. But baby, the ending of the last fucking 30 minutes. This goddamn. Keyshawn rode up in that goddamn hotel room with Wody, and he said, "What happened? What happened?" He tried to fuck me. I said, "Bitch, tell it all." She said, "Fuck that nigga. I'm done with this tour. I'm done with this tour. I'm going home." And it was the way Wody was looking, because if y'all remember last week's episode, when Rome was out there talking to Krishan, remember how Wody was just peeping the scene? He didn't trust that nigga then, okay? Meanwhile, we go back and we see, Keyshawn then came back home. She pregnant as hell. She go up into the room and it's flowers all over the floor. And then here come Derek. "I'll never do that to you again. I'll never do that. I'm not going to turn into my dad. I'm better than that." I said, bullshit. Okay, that's what they always fucking do. It just pissed me off. And I'm so mad, you needed a trigger warning at this point, because then it goes back to the present. Keyshawn is home. Derek up in there holding the baby. Lil Jaden on the floor, you know what I'm saying? She like, "Hey." He like, "What you doing home so early? I thought you was doing another leg of the tour." She said, "Yeah, but Rome sent us home so we can go ahead and, fix the tour, whatever, figure some shit out and all that shit." Because apparently Rome had told him already that they was going to add another leg. Okay, so at this point, she trying to get Jaden's attention, a little boy on the floor, and he keeps crying. He don't want to be touched by her. And she like, "What's going on? What's wrong with him?" And here go Derek. "I mean, you haven't been home, so that's just all that it is." And so at this point, she realized something is wrong. That motherly instinct came through, and she said, "Let me go take my baby to the goddamn doctor." Baby, the elbow was fucked up. Okay, he had a dislocated elbow, and the doctor said, almost as if like, "Oh, this shit happened because these kids break their arms and do shit like that all the time." But no, you're living in a house with a fucking father that beats the mom and who was getting beat on when he was a child too. So therefore, like I said, the abused become the abuser. And a few of y'all was in the comments last week, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago when this whole shit started about going on the tour. Like, damn, bitch, she gonna leave the baby home with him, okay? And I said, shit. This motherfucker, I tried to give that bitch a benefit of the doubt, and I don't even know why. Okay? Because he was looking, The boy, they pulled up the shirt. The nurse noticed that it was a bruise on the back of the boy's back. I said, he been beating the baby too. And he fucked his elbow up. Keyshawn came home, put the baby up in the room, closed it. And I'm sitting here like, I'm thinking that Keyshawn about to go to fucking work. No. But she called him out. And he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She was like, "You fucked up his elbow. Listen, you can fucking beat my ass, but what you won't do is beat on my kids, okay?" He said, "My daddy beat me when I was a kid, and so therefore he needs some discipline and all that. All this crying and getting on my goddamn nerves. You was gone for 2 weeks." I said, "You couldn't handle it for 2 fucking weeks? For 2 weeks, bitch? You's a weak ass man. You's a weak ass man, you punk." I said, "Oh my goodness." Next thing you know, Keyshawn was just over it. Okay? And he started saying some shit to her, basically. And he was like, "Now you need to leave me alone so I can go ahead and get ready for this interview." She said, "Why? Because you ain't gonna get it." I should have laughed at that, but I said, "Get him, Keyshawn." But baby, all that laughter went away as soon as she said that shit, because bitch, hit her in the face. He ran, what you say, hit her dead in the face, and then just start. I said, "Oh my God." At this moment, child, I'm not gonna lie. I seen my daddy hit my mama one time, and then my mama had pushed his ass into a table and it broke. And that's part of the reason why I don't fuck with that nigga now. Okay? Because what you won't do is put your hands on my... I was 4 years old. And I remember that shit. I remember that shit. Broke his foot up and everything. Busted his foot up in the glass and all that shit because she pushed him because he hit her. Okay? Bitch, this was triggering as fuck because that's exactly what she said. You're not gonna touch my son and my kids the way that your daddy did you. You better than that. This is gonna have lasting fucking effects, okay? Bitch, this motherfucker whooped her ass up and down that goddamn house, pinned her up against the fucking door where the kids are crying behind it, and picked up the guy. I said, nigga, you calling her, and he did call her a black bitch. He did call her a black bitch. I said, and then picked up the iron. She said, no, anywhere, you can hit me anywhere but my face. You could put it anywhere but my face. I said she was going to take it. She was going to take it because the face is the moneymaker. I said, oh my goodness. And I feel like he realized it. He realized that, like, you really can't hurt her. Like, she not scared. She not scared. Like, she like, you go ahead and do what you got to do. But just don't fuck my face up. Like, she's getting into this routine, and that's sad. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, what in the good times is going on? Mama, no. Where you been, Penny? I said, Derek, I said, Keyshawn. I was hoping that Keyshawn was the one that was going to grab that iron and fuck his ass up. And at this point, I'm like, Keyshawn, go get murder and go get T and let them go to work, okay? But speaking of go to work, the MVP of the episode is Wody. Because Wody went up in that motherfucking hotel room, that whole house. Bitches fucking and shit all up in there. I said, I could never do no shit like that. I wouldn't even feel safe doing no shit like that, okay? Went up in there talking to Ron, had him up in a separate room or whatever, gave him a little party favor because you know he do the little sniffy sniff, right? And he was like, go ahead and take some. And he trying to go ahead and do it. He's like, I'm that premium nigga, okay? Baby, he said, you go ahead and sniff some first because, you know, Wody was just sitting back like that. I said, you look a little bit too obvious because, bitch, I would have told you to sniff some too first because you just look like you finna do something. But see, on the little tray, it was already another couple of lines on there. So he sniffed the other line instead of the lines that he gave him. Ron went on ahead and sniffed that shit. And bitch, it was fentanyl. It was fentanyl, you know, and he was basically trying to say, fuck Keyshawn. I don't know why the bitch left. She comes a dime a dozen. Fuck Lil Murder. Okay, he just ain't never take off yet. I can get another artist or whatever. And Wody just looking at him like, oh, okay, that's what it is, you know. And next thing you know, this nigga started gasping. He was like, wait a minute, I'm getting a little lightheaded. He said, you ever watch somebody die? And he said, you know, I see my mama die. And it was like, yeah, at least you get to know that you dying right now. At least you might have an open casket. I said, oh, he didn't kill that nigga. I said, thank you. Now, we shouldn't be wishing death. But baby, he needed it. That character had to go because he been irking me since season 1. I just didn't like it. I did not like it. The way they fucking take advantage of these women. The way they take advantage of these people that are in lower situations than them. And they're desperate. And he really thought that he was going to be able to get over on that shit. And I'm just so glad you got a nigga that got some fucking nerves and got some fucking, morals about himself and who gives a goddamn, okay? And Wody came in, said what he had to fucking say, bitch, and walked the fuck out when that nigga just killed over and didn't even turn around. I said, I know. Wody, can I buy you dinner? You need a drink? What you want? Okay, if they get your ass, I'll put money on your books. Go ahead and go save Keyshawn. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved at this point, but yes, she do. She needs to be saved because that man gonna fuck around and kill her. And I'm scared. Bitch, that was P-Valley, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I need to know what happened to the daddy now. Is the daddy still around? Because fuck that nigga. And fuck. Oh, I hope it comes out that the mama. Oh, bitch. You can't tell me that she don't know. You can't tell me that she don't know what he doing to her daughter. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.